Well, good morning, friends. Happy Thursday. I am sitting with it's a poem, and it ties in with what we've been talking about the last 2 days about change, transformation, even purification in the way of when I think about a process that can make us better, a process like gold that can refine us, that when we're placed in the fire, there's dross that comes up and that it can be removed so that we shine brighter. So dross could be an attitude, it could be toxic emotion, it could be anger, ways in which we leash out and haven't used self-control. It could be manipulation. There could be a lot of different ways, or what we can consider dross in everyday life. But the process of refining it with gold is to take the impurities and bring them out so that you would have a purer gold. So in that way, I'm looking at that analogy, that in our character, that in we show the way that we show up in the world, that our lights would be bright. How many of you have got lights in your house that are on dimmer switches? Or you can like move them up and down. I don't want to live on dim in the spirit. I want to be full bright 24/7. Like you turn it on, it's bright. That's just the way that rolls. So this little analogy reminded me, and I heard this beautiful poem because sometimes the process you can be like, oh my goodness, what's happening? If you're in a fire that's turned up enough to melt you down and enough to purge out the impurities and cause them to rise up to the surface, then that's heat. And the scriptures talk about heat, fiery trials, that the trials that we go through, the tests that we have in life, they're like a refiner's fire. They can destroy us, just like you can get in a fire and it can overtake you and you can burn, or you can escape the fire. Or you can even prepare for the fire so that the fire's flames have no power over you. Wow, that's what I'm talking about, right? I'm thinking about like the 3 Hebrew boys where they were thrown into the fire by mankind, but they had the presence of God. They were aware of the presence, and the flame had no power over them. What? Yeah, my friends, now we're talking. So anyway, sometimes when we go through situations or circumstances, we can question what's happening, and we can even question the intent of a creator. Like, why would he let me go through this? So rather than wise, I think that if we understand, well, instead of asking wise, we'll get wise. Ooh, my friend, if you're out there hearing it, that's a good wordplay. Wise or wise. So anyway, I hope you'll enjoy this little poem. I didn't write it. I've just enjoyed it, and it's by author unknown, so I can't even share to bless them, but here it goes. It says, he sat by a fire of sevenfold heat as he watched by the precious ore, and closer he bent with a searching gaze as he heated it more and more. He knew he had ore that could stand the test, and he wanted the finest gold to mold as a crown for the king to wear, set with gems and a price untold. So we laid the gold in a burning fire, though we fain would have said to him nay, and he watched the dross that we had not seen as it melted and passed away. And the gold grew brighter and yet more bright, but our eyes were so dim with tears, we saw but the fire, not the master's hand, and we questioned with anxious fears. Yet our gold shone out with a richer glow, as it mirrored a form above, that bent over the fire, though unseen by us, had a look of ineffable love. Can we think that it pleases his loving heart to cause us a moment's pain? Oh no, but he saw through the present cross the bliss of eternal gain. So he waited there with a watchful eye, with the love that is strong and sure, and his gold did not suffer a bit more heat than was needed to make it pure. So I just love that. Can we think that it pleases God's loving heart to put us through suffering or to put us through moments of pain. It doesn't please his heart to see us hurt, but he sees the beginning and he sees the end. And so being eternal and knowing and seeing everything in an eternal perspective, he is wiser than we sometimes are going through it. And then we ask why instead of having wise counsel or wise insights and being able to discern it. So I hope that that will help you this morning and that you would have a great and glorious, love-filled and victorious day. If you are going through moments and difficulties right now where you're wanting to ask whys, my prayer for you is that as you sit still, the scriptures say, be still and know I am God. So if you have questions, you can take your whys to God and you can sit with him and he will let you know that his heart towards you is for good. His plans for you are for good and his presence is with you for your help. Have a great day and I love you, my friends. Bye for now.